because during AEW Revolution, they announced AEW Dynasty, which is going to be their next pay-per-view, which is going to be on April 21st, coming live from St. Louis. It has been announced that AEW will be doing 9 pay-per-views this year, which is obviously a very, very stark contrast from their previous amount of pay-per-views. I'm actually going to round off all these pay-per-view names. So first, obviously, we had AEW Revolution on March 3rd. We have AEW Dynasty on April 21st. We have AEW Double or Nothing, probably going to be around May. AEW in New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door, which is probably going to be June. We have All In London, All Out in Chicago, AEW Wrestle Dream, AEW Full Gear, and AEW World's End. So we're going from 4 big shows a year, or even 6 big shows a year, to 9 big shows a year. Is this good? Is this bad? I need to know.
I like the idea of more pay-per-views just because, I mean, it helps the fans so they don't have to travel every single time, they want to go see a wrestling show, because there are some diehard AEW people that travel really across the United States just to watch a pay-per-view. A, but B, I just previously complained that I thought it was far too many matches on one pay-per-view, and I know why they did so many matches. I mean, if you only have 4, you have quarterly pay-per-views. Well, yeah, you're going to stack on everything. And I feel like this is a good time to experiment, maybe like alternating which things go, maybe which things will piece together well to like keep the energy levels up as people attend the show. Because it's kind of like mirroring, I guess, what WWE did. I think they tested out less pay-per-views and more pay-per-views, and then having certain brands be on pay-per-views and it will alternate. They tested out a lot of things.
Yeah. Agreed.
So I feel like AEW will have a chance to test out, will work better if we just do Dynamite here, Collision here on the next pay-per-view, maybe like cherry pick here and there. I think that's cool. Obviously that's a plus for them business-wise if they could even acquire more pay-per-views and acquire more areas that are willing to let them wrestle in their arenas. So yeah, pretty awesome. I want to see what they do differently. What do you think?
So I think it's also a good thing for the same reasons that you just mentioned. I feel like because there aren't as many shows, they tend to pack everything onto everything. And so the shows become super long. And so I feel like if you have more shows, you can kind of space out certain matches. I also feel like there's less gaps in stories. I feel like that's sometimes, I mean, I don't even want to say that there's gaps in stories. I just feel like there's certain matches that they put on TV that deserve to be on a pay-per-view. Like, for example, they have an I Quit match between Christian Cage and Adam Copeland for the TNT title. In my opinion, that should be at a pay-per-view, but I get it. It's going to be in Toronto. But I feel like there's certain things that they do on regular TV that are just pay-per-view worthy. Like certain matches is just like you have to make people pay for that. That's such a good match. And so I feel like with these 9 shows, they're able to space everything out, and you won't have as many long shows, and you'll also have payoffs to stories in a much quicker way. So I think this is actually a really good thing, and I think it's a really good idea. And, anything that can result in a bigger payday for the wrestler is always a good idea. If these guys are getting pay-per-view bonuses, if these guys are getting more money, I'm all for it. So have, 9 shows this year, AEW. Let us know in the comments below if you think that it is a good idea or if it's a bad idea, or we can talk about it in the Discord. But we are going to be moving on.